Okay, we've got the clutch off, we've got that front thing off, and the way I did it was I put it in gear, and then I took this 2.5 pound lump hammer with a hickory handle, and I put it in there. Yeah, never mind that. I put it in there, and then when I turned the engine with it in gear, it dragged on this, and it wouldn't go round. When I turned the inner clutch part with it in gear, it butted against this, and it wouldn't go any further. That clutch nut, I don't know why I'm showing you that, it's not there, but the one that goes on the end of that shaft, that is 150 foot-pounds of torque. And I'd Loctited it. Yeah, I had to stand on the lever to get it off. I absolutely had to stand on the lever. And it made a couple of big digs in that handle, and that is hickory. That is actual hickory. So, yeah. It works, but that works. That's a good way. That is a way of doing it. Like I say, you lock the engine by putting cord, getting it to one of the cylinders to bottom dead center, stuffing about, I don't know, 5 or 6 yards of cord down there, and then you can lock the engine. You can undo this one, no problem. This 1.25 inch one, because the engine's going nowhere. It squashes the nylon. It can't go any further. But you've got to think of, even though this is unit construction, you've got to realise that the engine and the gearbox are two completely different machines. And locking the back wheel with it in gear was the way I locked the gearbox. Obviously, we're replacing Kickstart. One of the things is the ratchet behind the clutch. There's a stop, and it's already in there. This is an electric only one, and that's just there. That little stop there, so you don't need to worry about that. Other stuff you might see on the diagram, this is the plug that came out of there. And what happened, it was that way round. I undid it with a spanner, with a socket. It came off really nicely, and then it left this big bit, and I poked it with a screwdriver, and it fell out of that side. So that was very easy. And there was a brand new virgin bush in there that's never been used for anything. So I don't need to buy that bush. Also, the cover that I got coming has the bush in it on that side, so both the bushes for the actual Kickstart shaft I don't need to buy. This was also, I thought I'd have to take the gearbox out, but I didn't realise it was actually in the back of the chain case. So that's good as well. Taking the gearbox out is a piece of piss, but putting it back in, it might go in first time, it might go in 10th time, you just don't know. It's a bit of a twat, so I'm glad I didn't have to do that. So the good things about this were the bung came out, and that little bit that I couldn't get, that little Kickstart thing was already in there that I just showed you. So that was nice, because I couldn't find that anywhere. Well, there was one in America for about 20 quid. So that was the good news. Altogether, it was going to cost me about 250 quid in bits. I already got the outer cover, so say 350 with that, because that's close to 100 quid on its own. So everything's been going really well, but then I hit a setback. This is the clutch basket. Sometimes they call it, trying to think, the clutch shell. Sometimes they call it the bell house. Now the thing is, 79s, some of them came with electric and start. Oh, sorry, electric and kickstart. Some of them came kick only, some of them came electric only. This, we know it does electric start because it came out of an electric start bike. That big gear there, those 3 ones there, they take the primary chain, that elastic thing that we're replacing. This one, the only reason it exists, this big gear, is to engage the electric starter. However, if you turn it over, to have a Kickstarter on this, there has to be another ratchet, what's the word, riveted to this, but there's no rivet holes, okay? It turns out I can't use this, or maybe I could if I don't know, but I can't use this as is. So I've decided, all in all, the easiest thing to do, the least hassle, is just to buy another one of those that's designed for Kickstart. It's got all their, like I say, there's 3 kinds. Electric only, like this. Kickstart only, which doesn't have this big gear. And Kickstart and electric, which has both. It has the plate thing riveted on the back, the ratchet, and it has this. Now, obviously, this can be welded on at some point, so I haven't been... Hang on. Yeah, my point is I haven't been able to find one for a 79 that has both. I mean, that's incredibly rare. I'm really asking something. So I'm buying one that doesn't have this gear. At the moment, it's not a problem because I don't intend using the electric start. I didn't mean buying another motor anyway because that was burnt out. I quite like the look. It's messy there at the moment, but I quite like the look of it without all that gubbins behind the rear cylinder. So I'm going to make up a plate to go over the back of that and put all this new stuff in and put it back together, and it'll look amazing and it'll be able to start. Cheerio.